Hi, my name is Charlie, and welcome back to Disabled Daydreamer. Again, we are going through the ehlers danlos Society's prompts. This is day 28, and today's prompt wants us to go into detail of a moment in time where we realized that we needed more support. So hi, I'm Charlie. I have ehlers danlos syndrome. I have the hypermobile type. And let's just get into it. I can identify a very specific point in time. I'll put a photo or two here. And it was a very specific Disney World trip. So right now I'm a Disney World local and I live here. And I was kind of accustomed to going short days or going by myself. But we did like a staycation thing when my mom came to town. And at this point I hadn't seen my mom in like 5 years. And I was extremely excited to see her. But it was during this visit that I had a string of just like severe health issues. Like one day I was so sick, and it was because I was trying to keep up. My Apple Watch was so obstructive that I wanted to like throw it through a window because it just kept going off, and I'd have to turn off the tachymon alarm. But then I was getting worried that I was going to have basically like a health episode, and I could not get it to calm down. And so there was like a moment I literally had to lay on the floor, this is this is, you know, I don't know about all hotels, but specifically Disney hotels. If you call them and you ask nicely, tip them if you can, when they come to your room, but you can ask for like a large box fan and they'll bring it to you. And so I had to have them bring me a large box fan so I could like bring my heart rate down. I was so sick and I was trying to keep up with my mom, and I ended up missing out on an entire day with my mom. And even what I did pushed me so far that like when we went to the beach and stuff, I was so sick and probably wasn't very nice. I don't know. I probably wasn't like the most fun. Like I don't want to say like nice, but like definitely like, you know what I mean? Like I wasn't like, Mom, I haven't seen you in like 5 years. Like I was probably like tired, and I probably wasn't like giving the energy that I normally would like to give given the scenario. I was just so sick and I didn't even know how to handle it or what to do. And so we did end up renting a wheelchair on like day 2 of the parks, and I was able to go to dinner with my family. I was able to go around the parks, and we went to the arcade later that night, and I was like, wait a minute. So the one day it made me so sick that I had to lay on the floor. And I'm still kind of sick today, but I was able to get up, do these things, and I had my spouse push me and stuff. Those Disney wheelchairs are like kind of heavy, and the spokes are very big, depending at how tall you are. So sometimes that makes it a little bit harder to maneuver. So they're not, for like somebody on their own, I think it'd be incredibly difficult to do the manual wheelchairs, but we rented a manual wheelchair. He pushed me, my spouse, my blessed sweet spouse, pushed me around through the rest of the weekend. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. And then it kind of had me feeling existential too. So it had me like clicking that I obviously needed a lot more support, that my POTS was a lot worse than even I wanted to admit to myself at the time. And in addition to that, if I didn't start taking care of myself or pursuing things like mobility aids, I was going to start missing out on huge chunks of my life, like seeing my mom, which I already did. I missed out on an entire day. Like it was like she was here for like 4 or 5 days, and I missed like an entire day just because I was so sick. And I think about that all the time because it's like, you know, I don't want to ever speak anything to existence, but you never know, you know what I mean? And so it's like, it breaks my heart that I was so sick during that I had to miss out on so many things, and that if I just had support from the get-go, or pushed for support, or had, I don't know, just like listened to myself, I could have had support in place that could have allowed me to spend a full weekend with my mom, if that makes sense. And so I think this specific trip was like a complete eye-opener. I realized I was missing out on family time. I was missing out on things for myself. I was making myself sick for no reason. And I realized I realized I needed a lot more support and quick. And I worked on that, and we got some places, and then we flew back, and you know, it's been like a back and forth thing, but I'm doing better. And it's because I've listened to my body and was like, hey, I'm learning these things about myself, and that's okay. So yeah, that's kind of where I think I learned I needed a little bit more support, and where it was really like affirmed to me that, because it almost feels like sometimes when you're just like going around your regular days, it's like it doesn't even register to you because it's like Groundhog Day. But this was like something that was supposed to be so special that I sat there and I marinated on it, and it bothered me, and I thought about just everything else that I've potentially missed out on, and it extremely upsetted me, and I don't even have the words, you know? So it was a big turning point for me, just to say the least. So yeah, that's my day 28 prompts for the Ehlers-Danlos Society. This is actually the last one I'm filming. I filmed them a little bit out of order, and I batch film. So, oh my goodness, you guys are gonna love the last couple. I really have appreciated making these, and I am excited to make more content in the future, return back to making like my Twilight podcast, my Service Dog podcast, and things that I think that my viewers would be more interested in. I have a lot of ideas, but I have to have the time to implement them, and like the health, I'm doing a little bit better, though it's Floridian summer, and I'm a Floridian Patsy, and I'm going to try my best, but you know, maybe that would make for interesting content too, trying to do different things in the Floridian heat, or things that I would recommend that have assisted me, or trying different things. So I don't know, lots of different ideas. I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon. See you guys for the last couple days, and bye.